Everyone, it's Diane Evans with stampingwithdiane.com. I'm an independent Canadian Stampin' Up demonstrator here in the interior of British Columbia. So if you're joining me live, this is part of my Monday Live. Welcome. And if you are watching on a replay, just beware that this is part of a live thing. So I may be chatting with different people as we go along. But also remember, they may be asking questions that you may have yourself. In any event, you guys, welcome to Monday. Monday is my live is where I do either a fancy fold card or I do a 3D project. And today we're going to do a fancy fold card that is called a balcony card. Hello, Jan. And it's funny, I've never really seen what this card was. So I kind of had to go look it up and see what you can do with it. And to me, hello, Lila. Um, to me, I'm thinking balcony, there should be, different things with it. And I kind of struggled with this. This is going as a blog post for the first Saturday in November. So that's the reason why I want to get this done so that it's done ahead of time. But so I am going to use this very cute. And let me just jump on down to my desktop here. Hello, Pam, and hello, Jacqueline. All right. Now, I have played with this piece. This is an excellent piece that you could use for scrapbooking and everything else like that. But I have made a double Z fold card using this, but I want to show you how you could do a balcony card using this paper as well. I think these polar bears are absolutely adorable. I'm hoping that this works out okay and that I explain it all to you. All right, so like I say, we're going to be using the very cute, and oh my goodness, I forgot to bring in the punch. This is a bundle. Remember, if you buy as a bundle, you save your 10%. But it has this adorable punch. Now, this punch and this punch is not available until the beginning of November. But if it's something that you want, make sure you put it on your wish list, and I'll reach out when this is back in stock. So what I did was I played around and I cut up this paper, and you're going to see how I kind of come. Hopefully, it, like I say, it all comes together. I didn't know what to do with this part up here, but I think I've done something with it that'll work all right. Okay, so uh, a balcony fold card is a fun fold card, but it's one that basically, and I've got all my pieces here, and I'll go through these measurements, and then on the blog post, all the proper measurements will be marked down as well. All right, so this is a piece. Always when I use this base, and I use basic white, I always use a thick basic white. And your basic white thick is a little bit heavier actually than your regular cardstock. So this happens to be 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4.25. And let's go in and bring in a bone folder and really get a good score line on there. And then I have some for the front. This is just a regular layer. This is 4 by 5.25, and then this piece is 3.5 by 4.75, and I've run it through that snowflake sky embossing folder, but that's going to be near the end that we're going to worry about that. This has to have a belly fold just because of the way it opens up, so I think this is 1.25. Let me just quickly bring this in. Yeah, it's 1.25 by 11. I'm going to do the scoring as I do the bone folding. Now, I have some scrap pieces because we're going to have to punch that polar bear. But this is the mechanism that's actually going to make it as a balcony fold. Now, we have one piece. This is basic white. And you know what? I went on the thick basic white with this as well because I wanted it to be quite sturdy. So this piece is 1.5 by 7.5. And I've scored this at, on the long side here, I've scored this at, let's see, I want to make sure I've got this right, 3.75, and then 1/2 inch on that side. I turned it and did another 1/2 inch on that side. And then this piece is 2.5 by 5.5. And I've scored it at 2.75 and then 1/2 inch on each side. Now, this is where this balcony fold is going to come in. So this piece is going to go down here. And then what happens when I put this on, this is going to fold out, and it's going to kind of look like a balcony. I think people get really, really creative with their names that they call a bunch of different things. So in any event. All right. So like I say, I went in and I cut a bunch of this paper out, and I'm going to show you how I did it. Now, a lot of it, I wanted it to continue on, but then I thought to myself, some of it doesn't really even matter. So I have these pieces. These are 3/4 by 4 and an 1/8. And I'm just going to actually, I could put that right up to the top, but I think because it's coming in a little bit there, I'm going to go ahead and put this down at the bottom. Now, this is where you could leave this part off. Now, you see how I marked those on the back there? I tend to do that. Now, I also had a request to do a double diamond fold card. Actually, it was one of my team members that posted it onto our team page, and I'm going to do that probably next week is what I'm thinking. Double diamond fold card, or maybe a 3D, I'm not sure. And then let's just put this up there, and that's just going to kind of give us our top part right there. Good morning, Leanne. Hello, Barb. Oh my goodness, Barb, going to the Caribbean. Very, very lucky. All right, so this piece goes on behind, and like I said, this is the 2.5 by 5.5. So we want this piece here. We're going to actually use the bone folder and get a really good score line on all of those. And I want this piece to come down on here. So this fold line is going to go right with that fold line there. And then these pieces are going to go down there. But I think what I want to do first is I want to put the designer series paper on there first. Now, like I say, I've got a bunch of these different pieces all cut. So this designer series paper is 2 3/8. Here's what I found. Whoops. Oh, we got Siri coming on. This designer series paper is 2 3/8 by 2 1/8. And then also I have another piece over here that's the same. Now, you see, I went and I cut this out with different parts of the icebergs on there. So I'm thinking that this is how I'm going to go about and put it on there. So let's do that before I put that into the thing here. Hello, Colleen. And Pam, yeah, can I go too? Yeah, no kidding. Is it a cruise that you're going on, Barb? Okay, let's just put this right in there. Just a really fine layer there. And then, like I say, I'm just going to put this piece right here. Marjorie, I don't know how you're joining me on a Zoom because I'm not on Zoom, but I'm thinking that you're talking maybe YouTube. So that's just going to go like that. And then I'm going to come in, for the sake of doing this, I'm going to come in and use my tear and tape on here. So hello, Maureen. Hello, Marva from New York State. Oh my goodness. Well, there's one state that's on my bucket list, that's for sure. So just coming in, and you notice I just used, this is actually a Tim Hortons coffee card, but I just want that to be straight. So I'm just coming in. Now you could do this with glue if you wanted. Just think this is going to work a lot better if I do it with my tear and tape. So just come in with my Take Your Pick tool. All right, now I'm going to show you, this is another tip that I have with tear and tape, and I'll be posting this on my Facebook page sometime this week. So I'm just going to take this, and I'm just taking this where it's coming down one side and down, like it comes from the top on one and from the bottom on the other. And this is going to allow it that if I don't get it quite right, I can remove it. So there we are there. Let's line that completely up with the bottom. just going to take that off. I'll take this part off, and there we've got that part lined up. So we've kind of got it where we've got it lined up there. Now with our second piece that we have, a basic white, which is the 1.5 by 7.5, we're going to do the same. So we can go ahead and we can do this tear and tape on here to begin with, but I probably should have done the decorating on the front, but we'll show you that in just a second here. Like I say, there's some pieces of designer series paper that's really difficult to work with, and just because it's so hard, because we don't know exactly where it should go. Okay, so now I have, let's see what I've got here. This piece here. Now I've got a bunch of pieces all cut out here, so I want to make sure. Let's see, this is going to be 1 3/8 by 3 1/8, and I have one piece there, and I know I've got another piece that matches that size here, so just bear with me here. I may have to go and cut another piece. I thought I did it as a piece with the iceberg on it, so let me just, here we go. So I have this piece here, and then I also have this piece over here. And you notice if I bring this back in, it's on opposite sides here. So let's just go in. I'm just going to attach that part there. If I was a scrapbooker, I definitely would be saving this piece for a scrapbooking. Don't know exactly what I would put. Oh, it would be great if you live in Canada. You can visit Churchill and go see the polar bears there. That's on my bucket list too. So many things, so many things to do, and not enough time to do them in, that's for sure. Okay, so we have that there. And then, like I say, this is going to come here. So we're going to do the same thing with that tear and tape. We're going to bring from the top over here. And on this one, we're going to come up from the bottom. And we're just folding it out so that when we go to put this on the inside, we can then just tear the rest off. All right, so let's line that part up. And what we're doing is we're lining up this score line right here. Oh, and I apologize for Takeda, but I see the mail person just came by. Oops. Sorry, that piece is such a small piece that, let's try that again. There. All right, bring this back down. We want that lined up completely at the bottom. And this fold right here in the middle. Take this piece off. And there, like I say, now what we've got is this balcony card. So then I thought, this is a piece from there. I thought, well, let's use the pieces of the designer series paper that do have images on here. So I'm going to fussy cut this guy out. And I'm just doing it and showing you how quickly this really does cut out by guiding the paper. So, yeah, so I was already on a Zoom call this morning. And one thing I completely forgot to mention to people, if you want to join the Stampin' Up community, what better time to join the community than right now? Because what happens, I don't know about you guys, but I love doing Stampin' Up events. And one of the events is an onstage event, which is like it's a virtual onstage. And you get a free membership for that, or you get a free entry into that virtual onstage, which is amazing. And I think this week sometime I'll show you something that's an all-exclusive thing just for people that are attending on stage. Mind you, it'll be in the new J to A catalog, but it's a really cute bumblebee thing. So anyways, I can't believe I completely forgot about you get on stage, a free registration for on stage. Great time to join, that's for sure. Great community as well. See my picture with Takeda? Now we have a face to go with the name. Oh, she's so shabby. I missed her groomer appointment and I haven't rebooked it, and I should do that right away. Okay, so this I think we're going to put here. And I think I can get away with putting it right about there. I'm going to put this guy right there. And we're going to put that on with dimensionals. Now, what we want to do is, let's go ahead. No, we better not put that on with dimensionals, because if I put that on with dimensionals, it's going to make it too thick on the inside. So I'm not going to. I'm just going to actually stick it on part of this. Now, I know the other day when I did a cutout of designer series paper, I went and I made it so that I reinforced the image. With this one, because I've used thick basic white, and also we have this basic white here, we don't want to have too much bulk in the inside. So just a word on that. Okay, so there we have that. So there's our balcony. And then this one, I want to put Christmas is Better Together on here, but I'm thinking I have a thought process. So let's see how that works out. But we all know what happens to my thought processes. A lot of times they just don't work. So I have that. And I thought I had, I'll just grab, there we go. Because this is photopolymer, I want to make sure that I do it on, there's a full mat right beside me. So what I'm thinking I want to do is I want to come on here and I want to do this, but I want to do it in Balmy Blue, and I also want to do it in Misty Moonlight. So I'm going to come in with my Balmy Blue marker and my Misty Moonlight marker. And I'm just going to, and you always went, I'm going to go direct to, now this is not to rubber. So we're going to see, first of all, if this is going to work okay. Sometimes on photopolymer, it doesn't work as well as what it does on a rubber stamp. Because there's another way that we can do this if this doesn't quite work out. And then I'm just using, like I say, the brush end of this. And you notice I was originally going across it. What I want to do is go up and down with the letters here. Now, like I say, there's a couple ways I could actually do this if this doesn't work. There's times it does work and there's times it isn't. Now, this stamp's been used a lot, so it should work. Hello, Mashwari. All right. So then what we're going to do is we're going to huff on this, or Darth Vader it. I'm just going to go down there. There, that kind of worked, didn't it? And see, to me, then what I can do is I can turn around and I can just cut this out and I can put it on there. Now, for the purpose of when you're folding this to send it away, it goes like this. But when you, it opens, it pops up like this. So let's grab our trimmer. A real obstacle course in this studio. So remember I said the other day, this is like when you used to do scrapbooking. You used to cut things. That one needs to be cut just a bit closer. I used to do this all the time with scrapbooking. I never measured things. To me, it was just better if I just sort of winged it. There we go. Now, again, like I had said before, there's times that when you cut with your trimmer, what happens is it tends to give you rough edges. Remember to just go in with your, and it was here, my bone folder, and just smooth it out there. And that will take that rough edge out. Right. So that's just going to go there. Could go there or go there. I'm thinking. We know how dangerous that can be. I'm just going to come in actually with a snowflake here. And I just want the little snowflake. I don't want the big one. And I'm thinking maybe we're going to go with balmy blue. Okay, my balmy blue here. Let's just see how this is going to look. You know what? It's going to have to be stamped off. I'm going to put this right about there. Let's go put one there. Stamp that off and there. All right. And then we're going to decorate the outside of it. Now that, you know what, I thought about possibly matting that. But if I do matte that, it's going to look like too many splots of whatever. So I think what I could do is just come in here and take a blending brush. Let's just take a blending brush and my Misty Moonlight. Oh my goodness. Did my Misty Moonlight not make it to the table? Nope. So just come in, grab some of this, and then just do this. Hello, Kath. Yeah, I never measured when I scrapbooked at all. There, that's just going to give it just a bit where it's going to pop off of there. Okay, so let's go and put that on there. Morning, Marilyn. You remember those days? Now it's all cards, isn't it? All right, so we'll just put that there. Now we need the outside of the card done. And remember, because this is a thicker card and we need to have it closed, we need to do a belly band on there. So what I did on the front, I thought, you know what, let's just kind of leave this fairly plain on the front. So I'm just going to come in with my Misty Moonlight. This piece, like I say, is 4 by 5 1/4. Sparkles. And then this other piece of balmy blue. Whoops. You know, cards, it's funny. I'm better to measure with my trimmer because by measuring with my trimmer, I get it a lot more accurate than I do with my guillotine. This is 3.5 by 5 or 3.5 by 4 3/4 put through, again, like I said, with the snowflake sky. And there's the big thing. What's do you have lighter snowflake up at the top or at the bottom? I'm more to have the heavier at the bottom. We could start that. Hello, Janet from sunny Ontario. It's sunny here too in British Columbia. It's really, really quite pretty. All right, now let's go ahead and stamp that fantastic bear. I think this is, like I say, one of the cutest little bears. It's not available until the beginning of October, so they say. I mean, November. But, you know, a lot of times those things are coming in sooner than what they say they're going to come in. So, right, so let's get the bear that we're going to punch out. Now it goes with a punch. What you want to do is you want to let it relax. Go in, pick it up. And I probably should have done this in Misty Moonlight. You know what? I'm going to. And I don't have my stamp cleaner here. So I'm just going to come in with my Misty Moonlight. And you don't really notice it too much with that. And then I'm just going to grab my scarf, because I think that scarf is the thing that makes this whole bear. Use a Misty Moonlight on there as well. And I guess what we could have done was we could have used the Balmy Blue on there as well. I'm just going to punch this guy out. And I think I might even do another one of the bears. Because if I put that onto a belly band, it's going to be there. But I think we need to have the sitting bear. Let's just take that off. I'm going to do that also. Let's just stamp a couple of these, and then I can decide from there what I want to do. And I think we'll do the little baby bear as well. It's funny, the other day I lost this little baby bear, and it was on the back of a stamp set. There we go. Awesome. All right. So like I say, we have this belly band. So let's get that part on there first. We're going to wrap this around. I tend to like to have my fold or my meeting here in the front. So I'm just going to actually just cut this. And I'm going to bring this around to the front of the card. I actually want it on the right-hand side. So we're just going to flip this around like this. So it's just going to go like this. And see, I can cover that seam up with the bear. And then that way you don't see that kind of thing. But I think what we need to do is we need to stamp that Merry Christmas right across here. And I am hoping that it's going to fit across there. Ooh, it's not really. Well, should we go Warm Wishes instead? It's smaller. I think we will. Just so that we can actually see it on there. Let's just put that down there. Bring in our, whoops, that didn't even stick, did it? If your stamps are your photopolymer stamps, see, because it's on there. If they don't stick to your stamp, what you want to do is you want to go wash it under warm water and then let it sit. Now, that was stuck onto this part here, and it's a little sticky, this part. And make sure you wash both sides of it, and it will turn around and it will, they'll start sticking to your stamps, your blocks again. So I just want this here. Put that right there. And now we can put this on here. So we have this. Oh, what did I do? There we go. So we're just going to put that like that, and this is going to go here. That Warm Wishes would have been better if it was over a little bit more. All right, so I'm just going to come, and then let's just glue this part down. Because there's so much bulk on the inside, that's why you need to do. Magnets could work with this kind of a card. No. It could if you do it on the belly band, but not on this type of a card. Because honestly, if you're going to have, and I'll just show you that in a second there, Pam, where are you going to actually put the magnets? You want this to be able to sit like this. You want it to come up like this, right? And that clicks in. But magnets won't work because unless you're going to put a whole pile of things on there. And then this is a bulky card to begin with. And I think this is another one of those cards that you may have to hand deliver or pay the extra postage if you're in Canada. Awesome. So I'm just going to put this guy right about there. And of course, I can go ahead now and I can use the belly band. I mean, the dimensionals on there. Let me just get rid of this ink. I have a funny feeling things are going to happen. Let's see. I'm going to stamp this or cut this out. I don't know which is the best to say, but I think I might even just put this on the front. And then when the belly band's off, it's going to be a pretty plain card on the front. I guess what you could do too, if you wanted to, you could take some other images from here and put those on there as well. Just go in here and trim that part off there. There we go. So I kind of want to go there and there. So I'm just going to put this guy right there. I'll take up some of that space on there. And then this guy can go here. Come in with our dimensionals. Now, oh, I know what I was going to do. That's why this is not quite the way I thought it should work. What I thought would be good across here is some of this on the front. If I did that, this was 1 1/4. So this one would have to be 1 inch by 4 inch. Let's try that. Because I did put that in the center, that should work okay. There we go. So I'm just going to put that across there. Isn't that funny? That's almost going to stick on there. There, that's going to add just a bit more color to the front. There. Now, this little guy is going to go on there. It's going to go here. And now I could put that Merry Christmas on there. Because I'm not putting it onto the tag, right? So there. Let's go on with that Merry Christmas. And I don't think I've got a proper block here for this Merry Christmas. So it's going to be a huge, oh, you know what? We'll just use this block here. There we go. Now we're going to come in with our Misty Moonlight. And a fussy cut on here too. So if you have any questions, like I say, all the measurements for this particular card is going to be on the first Saturday on my blog, the first Saturday of November. Yeah, sometimes I'm organized that way. Blog post won't be written, but not yet anyways. But all the measurements will be over there. Another really interesting way of doing this balcony card, and I thought of doing it that way. Let's just put that there. Is where you could have, and I'll show you in just a second here, where this balcony part comes right out to the edge out here. And I thought that would be kind of neat. This, I've seen cards done where they have, to me, it looks perfect with plants. But didn't really have anything. I thought of the translucent. Oh, by the way, if any of you have put in an order over $65 or you're on my team and attended the team meeting, you will receive a tutorial with it and a link for a bunch of other cards made using, it's a diorama card. I'll show you that in just a second here. I want to remember to do that. All right, so let's just put this belly band back on here. And you know, I could have that down further. Have this here. And then, of course, the embellishments that go with this are these sequined or glittered sequins. And I'm actually going to use the white ones. This blue is a different type of a blue, I think it. So let's go here. And you know what? It's got a lot of space, and there's lots of these sequins, and I want to make sure I use them. I might regret putting them down here because of the belly band. But I think it'll be easy to get off. Yeah, it'll be fairly easy to get off. You know what? Let's just take that off and put it here. Let's go there and just move this one. And then we won't have to contend with those glitter things. So there we go there. And there's the inside of our card. And it's called a balcony card. And there we go, just like that. Kind of a fun card. I think the grandkids will probably like that one. All right. So I'll show you that that make and take that I'm giving to any of my customers that have put in at least a $65 order, or if you're a team member and you attended the team meeting this month. Excuse me. So we know that I'm using the translucent florals, so I'll be using that. I'm using the beautiful designer series paper, so there's the card that you're going to be receiving. So just to let you know, I've almost got those packages all done up. So yeah, in any event, you guys, I hope you have a great day. Remember to, oh, thank you, Jacqueline. Thanks, Janet. Thank you. I know what, you know, sometimes first time watching me, Mary Jean. Well, thank you. Thank you for coming. Remember, give me the thumbs up, share my video. I really do appreciate that when you do. And if you, like I say, live in Canada, I'd love to be your demonstrator. Remember to take the time to create, because it's really important, because it's great for your soul. In any event, you guys have a great day. Bye for now.